Well, hello there, here I am. Finally, you might say, down at my favourite place at Clifton Beach on the rocks, just in front of where I live. And my name is Jilinda, and I like to do these on the rocks reflections videos, generally at the end of each month as a reflection for the month that's just been. So, yes, I'm 3 weeks late in doing my end of March reflections video. And here's why. On the 29th of March, which was Good Friday, I had a massive appendix attack. Ambulance took me to the hospital and they had to remove this gangrenous, oozing appendix that decided to erupt right when obviously we never planned for those things, but right when it was at the most inconvenient time. So I've had a bit of a complex recovery from that, a lot of inflammation and pain, and on very strong pain meds. And actually I'd have to say it's the worst pain I've ever felt, and yes, I've had children. So yeah, I don't wish that on anyone. When I talked to you last time, which is the end of February, early March, I talked about March being the month of muchness, and it certainly was. Huge International Women's Day and Queensland Women's Week, speaking gigs, Cairns Tropical Riders Festival, and then the local elections, local government election campaigning, which I was very involved with here in my regional community. And yay, we've got Amy, Mayor Amy Eden got in as our new mayor for Cairns, so that was what I was helping to campaign for, so that was a great win as well. I also want to acknowledge that it's been a great win for women, but also for the councils, of course, and the communities that voted more women in this time at our local government elections than ever before. In fact, 52% of our councils in Queensland, we have 77 councils in local government sector in Queensland, 52% of them have now exceeded gender parity, they've either achieved or exceeded gender parity at the council tables, which is fantastic, and 27 of those councils now have female mayors, and that's more than 100% increase on the last election. So they're wonderful results, and what that means is we have more diversity at the tables. Many of these women are women from the alumni group of the program that we ran in 2021, so particularly the ones that were councillors last time and have stepped up into mayoral positions. And we're really proud of that, and I'm really pleased to have been part of that in some small way, as well as other Pathways to Politics programs and Women for Election Australia programs that many of these women did. So I'm going to write more about that in my next blog. So yes, much happened in March, the month of muchness, but for me, since then, not much. I've really been laying low for the last 3 weeks. And in that time, reflecting on the fact that disruption took one thing, one small thing to stop momentum. Actually, one body part that has no purpose, no function, no one actually needs it. It's a thing we can do without, and we generally ignore, and we don't even think about it until, of course, it decides to erupt and disrupt plans. Talk about a design fault. I mean, surely no she-god would have ever created something useless like that could erupt at any moment in our bodies, but we'll leave that one alone. But seriously, it got me thinking about how one thing, or small things that seem insignificant, that can cause mayhem and stop momentum. And I started to think about what are those insignificant things, those things that we think, oh, they're nothing much, we don't need to worry about them. Things perhaps that we tiptoe around, dance around, it's not really bothering us much until it erupts or until it disrupts our momentum. So I started to reflect on what else I could cut out, if you like, of my life. That small stuff, any of the small things that seem insignificant that actually do stop or have the potential to stop my momentum. And I discovered a few things. The first thing that comes to mind, of course, is how much time I spend on social media. Late night TV watching when I could be doing other things. just made a list of the little things that we just ignore and think, oh, that's not really much. And it all adds up at times to things that will actually disrupt. And the reason I'm doing that is going forward, I'm wanting clarity. I'm wanting to build my momentum again and have a very clear focus and the freedom to be able to do stuff without the disruptions. So it's been a good exercise for me to think about, sometimes we have these wonderful plans, but is there one thing? Is there a couple of small things that really need to be put out the road, cut out, stop doing, change up, remove, so that there's not that chance for another stop in momentum? And I know we can't plan everything, we can't control everything, but there are some things that I think we sometimes ignore and think it won't make a difference. And if you really think about it and you add up the time that you spend on some of those things, they are cutting into that freedom and that clarity of being able to go forward. So I hope that little reflection that I've had over the last couple of weeks of lying low is helpful for you too. And until the end of this month, which is not far away now, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.